Hey everybody, welcome to the My Name Channel Live Hangout. With me today is comedian Joe MATARESE. How you doing, Joe?
Thanks for having me, man. This
Thanks
is
for coming on.
exciting. This is so cool, man.
Joe, this is your first time on video on the internet live, right?
Well, as a guy who does a podcast that turned into a web series, like, can I curse and stuff on
Yeah,
YouTube?
you can curse.
You can curse. All right, that's
Oh
good.
my gosh.
This is like a fucking dream. Like if I had one of my rooms in my house was this.
Really? You like our fake brick masonry work? Yeah.
Dude, this is incredible. I would love it. I'm gonna do this when I get home. I'm putting Christmas lights around my walls.
Oh my God, do you think, like, you have a family, right? Would they be okay with you decorating like this? Because this looks like, to me, it's like weird Brooklyn hipster apartment sort of thing.
No,
So-
I already have a room upstairs that if you look on the web
yeah,
series that we're gonna talk about
Yeah.
today, that room is really my room. That's really
That's
my
your room?
my
Oh, so
man cave room.
Live on set. I just spit in your face, I think.
I didn't
Oh,
feel
good. In the moment. So, Joe, you're a stand-up around town, and you tour. You're a touring comedian. You're a stand-up comedian.
I guess so. I
Yeah.
guess that's what I am.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out your bio here.
I've been doing stand-up since I was 19. I'm 46. So there's been a lot of stuff in that bio.
Wow.
From Letterman's to Ferguson's
You did
to
Howard Stern, right?
I've been on Howard Stern.
What was that?
That was, out of all the things that I've done, most intimidating is the Howard Stern show, because that was the one time where I was like, I want him to like you. Want Howard
Yeah,
Stern to like
yeah.
you. Something about if he likes you, you feel like a made man who just got, into the mafia or something. Like
Yeah.
you're set. That's how it feels.
Man.
He's the modern day Johnny Carson. That's what I look
Really?
at him as, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Guys, if you have any questions for me or Joe, leave them in the comments. We're going to be answering them live. But right now, also, let's talk about, yeah, what's that? Leave them in the comments live. We're surfing. You're surfing the web.
I'm such a narcissist.
No, but I love that you're like so into this, because sometimes people come on and they're just like, yeah, okay. it's
Really?
Whatever.
Oh, that's those like Brooklyn hipster guys. I can't, They
Yeah.
got the longer your beard, the lower key you are.
That's why I trim mine at least a little bit to keep it a little short.
I'm a 4.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just bought whatever. Yeah, I do the longest one of my trimmers.
That
and
looks
it's
like
still-
about a 5
Yeah?
or a 6.
I want to go a little longer though, but I don't know. No?
I tried to start to grow long here, and my wife just went, what are you doing? When you have girlfriends, when you're young, they'll go, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
When you have a wife and 2 kids and you start trying to grow the beard like
Does it
you're...
just get sad at that point?
Yeah, like you're in a biker gang or something. She was like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm not in a gang either. It's like I'm a comedian. Oh, okay, you're one of those. So, but you're here also to talk about Fixin' Joe
Yes.
on Official Comedy, right?
Today's the launch of the
Yeah.
next 10 episodes.
And I've seen all that are out right now. I really like this series, man. I'm being real with you. Like, I
Really?
really enjoy it. I think it's like a good mix of like, it's got this vlog element to it. It's got like the stand-up element to it. And then it feels like also a little bit like I don't know. It's really funny. Like I really enjoy it. I'm serious.
I believe you,
You're just like looking at me like, is he for real?
Well, you know what? Like a week and a half ago, I wouldn't have believed you, but we did a screening.
Yeah?
And it got huge laughs, and I was like not expecting it, because I'm a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
But I like shows that play real. I don't like joked up shows.
Sure.
Like I like some of the way sitcoms are starting to turn into now.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do, and I wasn't sure how it was going to play on the internet.
Well, you know what? We have a perfect example. We should show a clip from it right now. Okay? So this clip, I remember this is from the episode where you just moved into your new house, right? And you need money to fix up the place a little bit. So you turn to teaching comedy school, which is a thing you actually did, right? Or do?
I did.
Yeah.
I just recently stopped teaching comedy school.
Yeah?
Because of the reason that you're going to see
Okay.
in this quick clip.
Let's check it out.
The thing about teaching comedy school is, like, the entertainment industry thinks you've totally given up. Other comedians think you're robbing young comics of money. I mean, am I really giving up? We need the money. So I sucked it up, and I started teaching comedy school again.
What's up, motherfuckers? Who came out to party tonight?
Oh my God, I have like no struggles. I like go to yoga class and then like do power vinyasa and like hot yoga and I get really sweaty and hot.
Yeah, I'm a construction worker. I'm dyslexic. Used to be a heroin addict.
Yeah. So before you were telling me about this, some of these people, like, they're drawn from real examples, right?
every single thing that happens in this show is
Yeah.
pretty close to real and then lightly exaggerated to
Yeah.
try to punch it up a little bit. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's what I do in my
It's
stand-up.
rooted in reality, which just makes it more relatable and funny.
I tune out whenever I see a comedian or a show on television where you can tell that, come on, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't happen at all. So
Yeah,
that's
like you're
when I
lying to
tune.
me, yeah.
That's when I tune out. So that comedy school scene, even the last guy who says I'm a heroin addict.
Yeah.
Not only is that based on a real guy, like that is the real guy.
That is the real guy.
That's the real
It's like
guy.
a real guy. There was no casting process.
No.
You're just like, no, I want you to come on and be real about your heroin problem and that, or your former heroin addiction, and that you're a contractor.
Well, here's what's funny about these guys. They would come into my comedy school, and the first week I put them on stage, and I go, all right, I'm just going to start asking shit, basically. And I want honest answers, and this is, to me, the best comedy is stuff you'd be afraid to say.
Sure.
You're embarrassed about it. It's your flaws.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to this guy who's the carpenter guy, and he's not saying anything. And I go, come on, like what else? Anything? And he's like, I did heroin. I was a heroin addict. I've been in and out of jail. I used to steal bubble gum to buy heroin. And I'm like, dude, that's like a fucking joke already.
Yeah.
You stole bubble gum? And I even said to him, and he uses in his act now, I go, there's no meetings for that. Good thing you didn't develop a bubblegum problem, because there's no meetings for that. That's what I said to him, and he's like, dude, that's funny. And I'm like, yeah, you can have it.
It seems like you're good at this then. Like you're good teaching people comedy.
I think I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah? Well, that's perfect, because I actually have something set up here where
You're not taking my class, are you? You're not going to make me teach again, are you?
No, you don't have to teach me.
Okay,
You don't have to. It's fine. But I do.
I'd be like, see you later.
Listen, but I am going to make you try to use that skill real quick, and that's we have like photos of famous people, and we want to figure out like if they were going to do stand-up comedy, what would be their thing, or what do you think would be some of their material? So we're going to try to challenge you here, and I don't know, I'll throw in whatever I think too, even though it probably isn't.
Let's do it.
I'm not the teacher, so
Let's do it.
Let's
Look
do
at
it.
this.
Let's
I
see the
didn't realize
first one.
my
here.
V's crooked. Look at that. I got a
you're fine.
crooked V.
You're fine.
It's a crooked V.
You got the first one coming up. Okay, Al Pacino.
What would his thing be?
I thought, and this is totally superficial, but like, it looks like his face has melted over time. But I feel like that's just one joke. That's not like his life. He's a very serious guy.
Do we know a lot about Al Pacino, like behind closed doors? We don't. Like, he doesn't really reveal. He's not a guy that would go on someone's podcast and tell you who he really is.
Yeah.
So I could, like, that's where I would start. So if I put him on stage and he was like, I'm an actor.
Like, if he's like that all the time and doesn't switch off.
I don't think he does, because I've seen him. You know what? I have seen. There's clips on YouTube of him on Letterman where he's wearing a headband and he's being really weird and sitting low in his seat. And then I forget who it was. Was it who's the guy who's in House of Cards? Kevin Spacey, comes on and he's imitating him. Right next to him. Is it Kevin Spacey? Or I'm getting this Johnny Depp weird. Was it Spacey? Spacey comes
we gotta
in
confirm it's
and
Spacey.
he's just sitting low with him. So like, if I was Al Pacino's comedy teacher, I'd be like, more of that weirdness.
Yeah, just
where
like
you're
this,
just
like,
like, how you doing? When he's soft spoken, it's when I like him. You know, I'd be like, no yelling. Get out the hoo-ha.
Just like shock the audience. right
Shut
away
up with the
that.
hoo-ha.
That's a good one. I like that. That would be unexpected. If I saw him, like, if it was an open mic and he shows up and he's just like, hey, everybody, how you doing?
Yeah,
Nice to
wouldn't
see
you
How
just tune in?
Yeah, I
How
would
you
be
doing?
like, so.
All right.
I think you nailed it.
I think I've been an actor for a long time, but you know, I wish I was a mailman. I don't know. What else did he want to do?
I don't know.
All right, give me another
Yeah,
one.
let's see another one.
Is it the kid or Obama?
I feel like, is he a prop comic and white babies are his prop? That's the only thing I want to know.
What would Obama's thing be?
Yeah, I mean, he's like,
We don't know any. Well, him smoking is kind of
He
interesting.
seems really dry to me. Like, whenever he delivers something, I feel like it'd be like a weird deadpan style. But I don't know.
You think he has issues? Like, what is his issues?
I mean, I don't think he shipped the cigarette thing. I think he's still smoking on
But
the
that's
side.
that's not a deep enough issue to do stand-up about. I'm a smoker.
Yeah.
Like, no.
You want to know more about, like, his thing.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to... that's a tough one. I'd hit pass on
Pass?
that one.
Okay.
I'd kick him
We're
out of
gonna
my
pass.
comedy class.
Really?
You're the
You're too much.
You're the president. Get out of here.
No
Dude.
fallback
No,
career
get out
for
of here,
you.
dude. No, you can't do stand-up if you're a president because you can't reveal, because then you can't write all those bullshitty books that you have to write when you become an ex-president.
Well, you've just shattered. Okay, well, good thing George W. Bush is taking up painting instead because you've just shattered his dreams of creativity through another outlet.
Well, you know what? To quote the great Dom Irrera, who's one of my favorite comedians, he's like, "There's certain jobs that you can't be honest," and he says like little league coach and airline pilot. He goes, "You're never gonna hear an airline pilot go, 'Shit, folks, I'm scared.'" You know, like you can't be an ex-president and be honest like we'd want you to be. You got to lie a lot to be in politics.
This was not going where I expected. I thought you maybe
What do you
had
think I was
something,
gonna
but
say?
No, I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I think you're right. No, Obama, never do stand up.
Out of class.
Yeah.
You can't reveal
with-
unless you want to, ruin your entire life.
Yeah.
Who we got?
Next up.
Angelina Jolie. Oh, geez. Well, she's got to talk about all that stuff she's been,
It's gonna be like
the
a
dark
very
stuff.
personal set about.
She's got
like,
40 kids.
Yeah.
She's got to talk about that, right?
Yeah, like-
Being married to Brad Pitt. You know what? Brad Pitt at the Oscars. Now I'm a big Brad Pitt fan, just because to watch him try to like organize giving plates out for pizza when they ordered the pizza at the Oscars and he became like this human. I was like, oh, I like Brad Pitt. He's trying to help people with plates.
That's probably how he is at home. If he's got like so many, like he's probably like wrangling all that shit all the time,
Yeah.
right? I don't know
Yeah.
anything about parenthood. I'm
Well-
single irresponsible and
Well,
everything.
I don't know how he's doing it. I'm interested in knowing Angelina Jolie's real life because I always think if you have 10 kids but you're a millionaire, you could just have like 10 nannies. And you have a
Sure.
nanny for each kid, and maybe she still is able to do stuff. But maybe she isn't. Maybe she takes on the whole job. This isn't funny, but
She's like her wrangling a bunch of children, and that could be maybe one of her things.
getting your boobs removed. I mean, what's funnier than that? That's hilarious.
That is uncomfortable, but
Double-
like, at the same time, it's double mastectomy.
Double
It's
mastectomy.
like, okay.
Hey, everybody, these are fake. I don't know, whatever. Be honest.
Yeah. Next one. Let's see the next one.
You
I'm
can't
just
edit
like,
the show, huh?
No, I don't mind. I don't think.
Okay, this is
Jared
Leto.
Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Leto. Used to have a band. Well, still has a band, right? 30 Seconds to Mars, but then that's like his other side thing he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 46, so I don't really know
Yeah.
the band that he was in. I knew he was in one because my wife told me,
Mm-hmm.
because I saw him give a big hug to his brother at the Oscars, and I was like, "Who's that guy?" My wife's like, "Oh, that's his brother. They're in a band together." I'm like, "Oh, all right, I didn't know that." I don't know. I don't know anything about that guy. Do you know anything? He played a woman very well.
I think was 30 Seconds to Mars, from what I remember, it was a band he started after watching 9/11 happen. Like, he was like, I gotta start a band.
Oh, really?
With my brother. I gotta be a musician with my brother and have this band. I'm pretty sure that's true. Can I get confirmation of that? Dan doesn't know.
So it's like,
I can't remember.
so it's like that was on his bucket list.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. So it was like, I want to do this.
All right, then maybe that's a little stand-uppy. We can ask him what else is on his bucket list. What else do you want to do? You did the band thing. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
You're
well,
doing stand-up comedy. Why is that on your bucket list?
He's a douche.
He's a douche.
Okay. I don't know.
I
if
like
that's
this. I'm keep going back to the Oscars because they just happened. I thought
Yeah.
I liked his Oscar speech. I talked about it on my podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Which is also called Fixing
Fixing
Joe.
Joe.
I got to look into
There's
there,
a
which is
podcast
also-
and a video, so
Yes.
check it out.
So I really liked his speech. You know, he thanked his mom, and you could tell he had his mom was gorgeous, great
Yeah.
mom.
Great
Tell
mom.
us more about
Rating
having a
the
hot
mom.
He has a hot mom. I want to hear a comedian talk about what it's like having a hot mom.
Yeah. That's
know.
got to be uncomfortable.
Was
to
your
say,
mom
"Hey,
hot?"
Your mom's hot. My mom? I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things like no one ever came up to me and said that.
Well, do you ever look at old pictures of your mom and you go, "Oh, my mom's kind of hot"?
No.
No, I do.
You do?
Yeah, old pictures of my mom. I go, "Wow, she was very beautiful."
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then how does that feel? Like knowing that your mom was hot. Did your friends ever say anything though, or no?
No, because I think as soon as she became a mom,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
It just
Like, the
escaped
blinders
her.
are on.
I don't even know if it
Totally.
was the blinders. I think the hotness goes away and you become mom.
I have a comment here from Rachel Berkey who asked, what would Joe say to Kristen Stewart? Do you know Kristen Stewart?
Who's that?
She's from the Twilight. She is the female
You got a picture?
lead of... No, I don't have her. That was just a question. Well, let me look one up real quick. Here, I can get it.
She's the female lead of
In
Twilight.
Twilight.
She just asked a 46-year-old guy something about someone in the Twilight
This
series.
is her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen her before. No, she's really pretty. I like that girl. She's a good actress. She's been in a lot of. She's been. What other movie was she in that I saw?
She was
she in something
She
with,
was in Adventureland with Jesse Eisenberg. She was in all those Twilight movies, and God, she was in that like On the Road movie, which they made an actual On the Road movie.
Why do I think she was
Panic
in
Room.
Panic
Is
Room?
that true? I think so. Panic Room.
She was in
Dan's
Panic Room.
confirming-
You're right.
Yeah,
I remember
Panic
Panic Room. She's a great actress. I don't know. What would I say to her? Does she have issues?
I don't know. Yeah, she like dated the lead from Twilight, and then it turned out I found this. I don't know why I know this information. It's like so back in my mind. She was in a relationship with the lead guy from Twilight, and then had an affair with the director of the third movie. But they're still with
She
the lead.
cheated on that. Who's the lead guy? He's that real like good-looking guy.
Yeah, I want to say Rob Thomas, but that's like the lead singer of Matchbox 20.
Was he in the movie with the elephant?
Yeah,
That guy,
Water for
right?
Elephants. I like
Water
how
for
this is also
Elephants.
like how that's my water bottle. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
I like how this is how out of touch we both are.
Is that that
Young
guy
people.
with
Is
the
that-
elephant?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's kind of public, and the Twilight fans went crazy.
how do you cheat on that guy?
With
That's
the
what I'd have to
director?
know. I'd be like, is the director better than that guy? You don't get better than that guy.
I don't know.
Doesn't every woman love that guy? She's got daddy issues if she
Yeah.
went for is he an old director guy or young?
I think he's older. I think he's like significantly older.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing.
That's your material.
I'd
though,
be
right?
like, all right, you need to, let's tap into this. You like older men? Do you have something with your dad that is unresolved? Because that's what happens.
This
you
ties
know?
into the psychology thing too, right? Your wife's a psychologist, right?
Yes.
So in the show, a little bit, at least in the first few episodes, you have parts where she's like analyzing you, and is that real too? Like you're saying, it's all rooted in reality. Like,
Yes.
How does that?
She got me on the meds.
Yeah?
I'm on meds now. That's why I'm like so easy and
No,
happy and like relaxed guy.
Well, I'm glad you're relaxed.
Yeah. So it relaxes other people around me, hopefully.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good. Because thanks to Celexa 20 milligrams, that my wife said, she's not like, she can't prescribe meds, and she's not
No.
even that kind of psychologist, but
Yeah.
she has a PhD in psychology, so she is well-rounded. And she said, I think you should try them. Just try them.
Just try 'em.
And they, episode 1,
Yeah,
you
it's
see
the
them
whole
sitting on the, or was it episode 1 or episode 2?
Episode-
Where they're just sitting there and I'm not taking them. It's episode 2.
2 is the battle with it.
That really happened, and then thank God she convinced me.
Yeah.
In the episode, she gets pissed and basically says, I'm leaving you if
you
you
don't-
don't
the
take these
ultimatum, yeah.
medication. She in real life, she didn't do that, but yeah. So thank God for her being that way. But I got to tell you, having a psychologist wife and then watching this show that's all about her and I and our life.
Yeah.
Like I made her watch all 10
Oh my
in a
God.
row.
Was it like a new level of this whole like? What,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I go, can you give me any feedback? And she goes, this is just too weird.
Yeah.
That's our life. You just turned it into a web series, and there's actors playing me and my life, and
Yeah.
this is just odd. And I went, yeah, okay, I agree with you. I'm going to ask somebody else for feedback,
What
like
do
the
you-
host of my damn channel.
What do you think would be worse, being married to a psychologist or a comedian? If you had to say.
Oh, for me?
No, in general. Like, what do you like? If you think in general for someone.
I'm amazed when two comedians hook up together.
Yeah?
I don't know how. I know some couples that are married and they're both comedians.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you do that shit. Thank God my wife's not a comedian. She's together.
To be out of the
She's
scene.
my opposite.
Yeah.
Like I put piles all around the house, and then she takes all the piles and organizes the fuck out of them. Like I almost proposed to her the first time she organized all of my bills and everything. She put a file thing together with the color-coded things, and I was like, I love you. I need to be with you every day.
That's amazing. That's what did it.
So I don't know. I don't know what it. I would think if she did therapy, she was one of those kind of psychologists. That would be really hard to be in a
Right.
relationship with.
I bet. Yeah.
She did a little bit of therapy when we first started dating, and like there was a guy. I was just starting. My Italian was connecting with it. I was like, well, this guy. What's this guy? How is he good looking? Like I'm literally like. Is he better looking than me? Like my insecure side was coming
Yeah.
out, and I couldn't deal with her being in therapy.
In the episode of the show too, she asks about somebody you're teaching, and it's like, oh, she's Italian, is she good looking? You're like, you're cataloging. That's what you're doing, and it's like a thing you learn. I love that bit because it's just like, you're like, I got her in one of her own games.
Yes.
That's the kind of thing that happens?
Well, with her being the PhD, sometimes I get her in the games, and other times I just get her in that she doesn't know it.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that I'm a dick whenever I got her on something that she doesn't know. This really, one time I'm yelling at her, I'm like, what? You don't know that? I'm like, it's Beverly Hills, it's Ian Ziering from Beverly Hills 90210. How can you not know that? How did you not know that? And she's like, are you seriously mad at me for not knowing that? Another time, we went to see Springsteen. We went to see Springsteen at the Meadowlands, and the outdoor stadium. And my wife is bad with numbers for some reason. How can you have a PhD and not know amounts of people? I look at her. I go, 5,000 people here or 70,000 people here? And she goes, I'm not good at that.
She just admitted me, like, stop it.
How can you not be good at that? I mean, I don't understand. How could there be 5,000 people in a football stadium? Have you not watched football your whole life? No excuse.
Oh, man. So back to Fixin' Joe real quick. I'm thinking of the segue here. And also in the new episodes, you also have an episode where when you move into your new home, there's a mezuzah on the door, which is it's the Jewish, it's like to bless the home or protect the home, right? It has like a little scroll in it.
It has a scroll with a Hebrew prayer in it.
Yeah.
That really happened.
Yeah, so you took it down and threw it away.
That really happened
And then
too.
an Orthodox comedian cohort of yours told you bad things would happen.
That really happened too.
We have a clip of that. Let's check it out.
What? Come on. I mean, what am I going to get haunted by a Jewish ghost?
You need to replace it immediately.
I don't know if I was being paranoid, but some weird things did start happening.
Steph, I bought a pound of ham yesterday. It's missing.
Jesus! Who left a wine glass on the floor?
To me, it's like the haunting of Connecticut, but with like a Jew ghost going on. There's like all this random shit.
Here's a true story behind that episode.
Yeah.
I had this girl, Sheba Mason, on my podcast. I think maybe my last episode. And it's Jackie Mason's daughter.
Oh,
right?
wow.
And I actually contacted her saying, can we get your dad to be a ghost in my house? We can just film. How funny would Jackie Mason's voice have been? Just hearing his voice. I told you to put it back up. I don't know what you were doing. And she goes, I don't talk to my dad. That's what she said. Yeah.
A little bit of a brick wall.
And that's when I said, you need to do the podcast. As soon as I hear fucked up shit from a person, I'm immediately interested.
dig in?
And then I go, you got to do the podcast.
Yeah.
You're a heroin addict? Let's do it.
Let's get on.
You're going to be on my web series?
It's interesting. It's real. Oh, man. I think, too, like, I was expecting, like, a mirror to be covered with a sheet, which is another Jew thing to happen. Like, at a wake, a Jewish wake, they do that. I was expecting that. I was expecting that to happen. Yeah, that's a thing to, like...
That would have been fun.
Like, his spirits are roaming around. That'd be like, I don't know.
That's fine. I just I started calling all the Jewish people I knew for advice when I was writing those scenes. I'm like, what could happen?
Yeah.
Should I burn matzah? What happened? And my Jewish friends they had stuff that would just never happen. Like, we were like, what is Fiddler on the Roof's going to start popping on all the TVs in the house? But once again, I had to connect it to real. I'm like, what could really happen?
A pound of ham disappearing.
It could
feasible.
be a mistake. Well,
Sure.
We cut it early, but I find a yarmulke in the next scene.
Yeah.
Did we cut that?
No, it's there.
Oh, we showed the
I
audience
see the
that?
yarmulke you find, because then the guest comes to the home. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you actually have, like, another one? So you had someone come in and you put up another one and had them bless it?
We went and bought the yarmulke, which is even funnier. Across the street from where I live, which is really an Orthodox neighborhood, there's this store that sells yarmulkes and mezuzahs and all that stuff. And when we found the store, we asked them nicely if we could maybe shoot a scene inside the store. And then it started to get, like, it was really cool at first, and then questions started coming. Are you making fun of Judaism? I'm like, no. And I'm like reciting the whole episode to her.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'm fine. Let me ask my husband. And then he came out. And, he was a little bit more like, I don't know. What are you doing? And I was trying to... As soon as you're not Jewish and you're explaining a Jewish thing, I think it looks a little weird. So we were like, you know what? Let's not shoot a scene in here. and my partner Andres and I just left. We're like, well, we're good. We're
Yeah.
good with the
Yeah.
ham and stepping on the.
It's a nice
stepping on
equivalent
the
of
gas.
exorcism, what you're doing there, though, warding off the spirits, having like the specialist. Well, not even a specialist, just a Jewish guy. You're a Jewish guy, come in here and help me. Like, that's what it came off as to me, but it's great. Somebody else, who does see? Courtney Hood actually said Russell Crowe. I guess she's asking, like, what, for stand-up, what would Russell Crowe be?
Are these people just sitting around going, which thing does Joe not know a lot about?
I don't
Let's
think-
ask him about that. Russell Crowe. Well, all I
Public
know about
figures in the
Russell Crowe
mind.
is he like was violent, right? Didn't he punch
He's
a couple
violent.
cameramen?
Yeah,
cameramen.
but he also is like a musician on the side, too.
Is he?
Plays like really soft music.
I want to see him angry on stage. That's probably what people say about me because I
Yeah.
take the meds now and I don't get mad, but I used to snap.
Really?
Oh yeah, like worse than Russell Crowe. Like, and comedians loved it. They'd be in the back going, "Get him, Joe! Go get him!" Do you know who Jim Florentine is? I don't know if you know him.
No.
He's the voice of Special Ed on Crank Yankers. You ever
Oh,
watch
okay,
that show?
yeah.
He talks like that. That's how he talks.
Yeah.
And he's in the back of the club going, "Get him! Fucking get him, Joe! He deserved it," because he knows that that's gonna make me snap more, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
get fired.
Just like-
I'm gonna get fired from the club, but he's gonna be loving it. Like comedians thought it was hilarious.
Just
and
like
think-
standing in the back, just waiting for it.
well, comedians love to watch something going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we're in the lobby of a comedy club, people all of a sudden will be like, dude, someone's bombing inside, and it's getting ugly with this crowd member. All of a sudden, you're like, oh.
Everybody wants to go.
No one wants to go in when they're like,
wants to
oh,
see it
Joe's
good.
getting applause breaks on all his jokes. No one gives a shit about that. Joe's burning a bridge and causing a ruckus. Let's go in and see if Joe's gonna get his nose broken.
I don't know how you've done this since you were 19, and I don't think I could handle that. My psyche could. I'm like fucking delicate flower compared to that.
I remember losing my license early in my comedy career because I got so many speeding tickets when I was like 19 or 20 that my dad had to take me to all my gigs. And this is pre-Celexa,
Yeah.
the snapping guy. And I was snapping on people. And I remember my dad coming up to me going, "You're going to get your ass kicked. Like, you're acting like you're 6'4" on stage. Someone's going to take you down." And I was like, "Sure, you don't know what you're talking about."
Did it ever take you to task like a thing? I don't know if that's too much.
I
to
never
ask.
got hit.
Yeah?
But I had been, taken out a
Swung
secret
at? Oh.
exit to get to my car. Definitely. There was many of those. Holy shit! We got to get you out. They're waiting for you. That's what it was, and it was usually women. There's a group of women that want to beat you up.
Bachelorette party that comes to a stand-up show and
Yeah.
then just the worst.
Oh, they
that's
would
I
wanna
know
kill
about
me.
that. That's about it.
They would want to
man.
kill me. That should have been an episode. You just wrote an episode.
I wrote an episode for you.
See?
Just put a credit on there, Nate. Then it prodded you enough to inspire an episode.
We'd have to we'd hire the real Bachelorette party
There you
to
go.
be in the web series.
There you go. We're actually out of time, Joe.
That just flew.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being here, though. Seriously, it was a lot of fun.
I'll come in here every Thursday.
Yeah?
And just talk your ear off.
I would love to know more because I'm a stand-up novice. I just love to hear your stories about it. You're a veteran, man. That's awesome.
Well, it's funny that you said don't look at the monitor, right?
Is it hard?
And you said it might be hard.
Yeah.
I'm so narcissistic that I like it. I like looking at that, but I don't know what that looks like to the fans.
It looks
I'm
about the
just
same.
looking There.
Yeah.
I know I look old.
Look, boom.
There I
Joe
am.
Matarese. Be sure to check him out on Twitter. Be sure to check out joematarese.com. Is that it?
That's my website.
Boom. I nailed it. I didn't
And
even-
make them watch the episodes.
Yeah, go
And
to Official
There's
Comedy.
going to be, what, two a week on Mondays and Wednesdays every week after this?
Yeah.
And if you were enticed by the clips, go watch the whole episode.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great series. So check out Official Comedy. Check out Fix and Joe, also Fix and Joe podcast. Website. You have a lot going on, man.
That's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll be back next week at 4 p.m. I think Stu Smith is going to be our guest. Take it easy.